Good morning and welcome to Zen Fits here in Blackstone, Virginia, the center of the world where everything fits. You notice I love my little title, Zen Fits, because it's two faces of one coin. One face says, nothing fits, I'm having a fit. The other face says, everything fits. So a Zen fit is ambiguous in that nothing fits, everything fits, but it's the same coin. Nothing fits, everything fits. You have to leap for that coin because you can't get to everything fits by flipping the coin, because when everything fits, nothing fits. In other words, the coin has two faces, but they can't be separated. One is nothing fits, oh my God, nothing fits. The other one is, oh great, everything fits. I'm home, everything fits. Nothing fits, oh my God, I gotta get home to everything fits. Everything fits. It's the same coin. It's the same situation. So let's talk about the situation. I love this word because we like to think that we can fix the situation. We call up. We say, we got a situation here. It's in the movies all the time. They've always got a situation. So you got to call in the fixers. They got to call in the cleaner. Got to call in somebody who can clean it up, or who can remove the cause, or who can find the cause. But the situation, you see, is another name for the world. So we would say, the situation is like a selected world. Got the whole world. But where are you? You are in a situation. And that situation, we think, can be fixed. But when we really look at it, that situation is the world. Well, let's take this house, your house, for instance. All right, you're in a house, I expect. You're not in the park, maybe, or on a cell phone, on a bus. But either way, it's the same thing. You're in a situation. I'm in a foyer right now. This is a room. See, this is a big house. This is the back foyer. It goes to the back of the house. This is the front door, right? That right over there is the door to the living room, you see. And then behind this, I can bring it all the way around. See, and that's the door to my office. My wife, it's kind of like a working office with my wife has a computer there, and we'll have a table, and it's a workroom. But anyway, I'm in this foyer. This is real. I cannot doubt that I'm in this foyer talking to you. Nobody can convince me that I'm not talking to you right now in this room. Now there's a kitchen down that hallway, the foyer there, and I know it exists. But it's only in my memory that it exists because I just know the kitchen is there, not because I'm in it, but because it's in my memory. So all the rest of this house, except this one little space here, exists because it's in my memory. Now, if I suddenly got Alzheimer's, I might know where I might not know any. I might not have any memory of anything. I mean, I would know. If I had Alzheimer's, I would know that I'm here talking. I know I'm talking, but I would not know who I'm talking to, and I would not really know where I am. You see, this is what, suddenly you don't know where you are. So suddenly, the memory is gone. You know you are, but you just don't know where or what you are. So if you look at that from that point of view, I know you know you are in a room. You know you are, but then The memory comes in and says, well, I know where I am. I'm in Blackstone. I'm in a house. I know who I am. I know this body. I know Ed Connolly. I got a memory of all my experiences, my past, you see, my personality, all my family, you see, and all of that, you see, is wrapped around this knowing that I am, you see. And this is what makes a world. Now, I'm saying this is what makes a situation. It's a different way of looking at it. Because we get locked up in the words, you see. Got the house. Well, the house, what is the house is a situation. Now, this kind of liberates. So if you go from your home to work, are you going to a place or are you going to a situation? If I go to the kitchen, am I going to a place, a noun? Or am I going to a different situation? So if I look at it that way, it kind of like liberates us a little bit from being locked in nouns, being locked in memory, you see. Well, a lot of times you say deja vu. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means if you're in a situation and you have a sense that you've been there before or done it before, you call that deja vu. So we're kind of like digging into this word situation because we always think we're in a situation as if I'm a marble in a box or a fish in a bowl, you see. You say, oh, I'm in a situation. Well, if you're in a situation, you can imagine a better situation, and so you call in a fixer. Fix the situation. But what we're really saying is, I'm in a world, and I want to fix the world. See, there's no difference between the situation and the whole cosmos. If I go out of the house, if I go out of this little room that's a situation, I'm in a bigger situation. Now I'm on Main Street. And if I go downtown, I'm in another situation. If I go to Richmond, I'm in another situation. Wherever I am, I'm in a car. That's a situation. See? In other words, we are in a moving situation. It's kind of like being on GPS navigator. I love the GPS navigator because it creates a different paradigm of reality. It creates a moving map. In other words, if I look on this GPS, I'm looking at Blackstone and there's an X there where my house is. And that's the starting point. Now, if I move, that X moves on the map and the map boots around me. So I don't see the whole Earth on the map. I just see where I am within a little radius of a couple of blocks, you see. So this little radius, and I can expand it. I can zoom back out and see, oh, look, I'm in, see the whole map, the whole city, and then I can zoom in, and there's that little dot that's me. And if I move, I don't move on the map moves around me. The map boots around me. This is a total different paradigm than the flat map, which is always the same, and you move on it, you see. So here, I'm the same, but the map world moves around me. Whereas on the flat map that we're used to, that really kind of like freed the Middle Ages from the idea that Earth, that land was a little island against a vast sea of horror, monsters out there, like a flat plate, you see. So that was a map of the world that's obsolete. So now we have a map of the world that's kind of like the belief that the world is the same and I move in it. So from this viewpoint, you see, I see the whole house as a map, and I move in the house, you see. The house stays the same, and I change. But we're going to flip this viewpoint. This is the Buddha viewpoint. We're going to flip it. So I stay the same, and the map changes. So if I go to the living room, I am, but the situation changes. So I'm always at the center of the world, and life as a situation changes around me. But I believe, I'm conditioned by the modern mind map that believes that the world out there is the same, and I change, you see. So if I'm unhappy, I don't change myself. I change the world. I change the situation. That's why I say I'm in a situation. I hurt. I'm unhappy. Come fix the situation. Come fix the world. Come fix the world. But I hope I'm not getting confused. This is so if I go to the kitchen, you see, now the kitchen is real, and this room is is a memory. If I go to the living room, the kitchen is real. The living room is real. I know it's real because I'm the living room. I know if I go to the kitchen that I'm in is different from the memory of this foyer. You can check this out for yourself. You know that the rest of your house is real, the outside of your house is real, but it's a different reality from the room that you're in right now. Because the room that you're in right now is enlivened. It's a living world where the rest of the world outside of your room, outside of the house, downtown or whatever, is basically is a imagined world. It comes out of our memory, It's there. I'm not saying it's not there, but I'm saying there's a dramatic difference between the now that you're in, the situation you're in, and the one you're going to or have been in, the other room. And it's as simply as being in the foyer like I am right now and going into the kitchen, you see. So from that viewpoint, we're kind of like a moving glow lamp of awareness that goes through the world creating a situation. And the situation becomes uncomfortable when I believe there is a separation between me and the situation. But when I'm in this room right now, this is the point, I can't separate myself from this room. I am the room. I am the foyer. You are the room where you are, but then you can look around and say, oh, there's that, there's a door, there's pictures, all these things, all these nouns, all these objects that I know because I might look at, you may come in here and say, oh, well what's that, you see? And you would want me to name it. And I would say, oh, that's this or that. And there's a story. And you say, oh, that's interesting. And you would go on like a little child and say, well, what's that? Well, what's that? You see, you want to have it named. You want to integrate it into your room, into your world. So anything that you don't know, you want to know what it is so you can absorb it. You can integrate it. You can keep making the room whole. As long as there's one thing in here you don't know, there's a rub in the room. There's an irritant in the room. There's a thorn. There's a grain of sand in the oyster. We want to know, well, what is that? What does that mean? Can I, you got to do, it doesn't seem to fit, so we'll get rid of it. So we want to get the one. We want to make the whole all the time by removing what doesn't fit. We want to fix it. But we have to look at it as the room is me. You are the room is you. When you're in a room, if you go to the kitchen, then you are the kitchen and the kitchen is you. If you go to the living room, you're the living room, you are the room, while at the same time, we can be outside of the room and looking around at different things. You see, I can't see anything in this room as an object unless I'm separate from it. You see that our language splits us into a subject. I'm the subject, I, and I'm looking around at all these it's, and I say, what is it? What is this? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? But the I is stable, you see, so the it's move around us. And we integrate the it's into one world by either removing what doesn't fit or allowing it to fit. Okay, well, I'll allow that to be here. Take a stain on the wall. Suppose you got, you paint a room and you leave a little stain. They all get around to it. But if somebody else comes, and then you forget about it. You don't even see the stain anymore. It's integrated into the room. And somebody comes into the house and says, oh, there's a stain on the wall. And right now, that stain pops out as an irritant. Oh, I should have painted that. Oh, I didn't get around to it. I'll get around to it, you see. You know, so, but before that, the stain was integrated into the room. It was no problem. Didn't need to be fixed. You don't even notice it, you see. Anyway, so we're kind of like meditating on situation and the two ways of viewing the situation. There is a Western, modern world, secular, scientific way of viewing the situation, which is you can fix the situation. Given enough time, enough computers, enough saviors, enough mechanics, or whatever, we believe the world or any situation is fixable. And there's nothing wrong with that because we need to fix situations. But at the same time, that very viewpoint separates me from the situation and makes me an alien in my world. I'm always outside of it, feeling that, oh, this is an okay situation or this isn't. And as soon as we say this situation is okay, immediately something will go wrong with it and it's not okay. As soon as you get all your bills paid, you say, the washing machine breaks down. Oh, this is a bad situation. So we're kind of like getting at looking at it from a different form. So you are the situation. If you are the situation, there's nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with the situation. But you can still fix the washing machine. But you won't have the illusion that if you get the washing machine fixed, you'll be permanently happy in a good situation. So there is no good or bad situations. There is just a situation, and you are it. So you are okay because you are the situation. We're not okay when I'm not the situation. So when the situation doesn't fit me, like home does, you see, then I got a problem with the situation. But from the other viewpoint, you are the situation. When you have a problem with the situation, you have a problem with you. So this is a constant double bind when we cannot see through and through that you are the world and the world is you. You are the situation in the situation. There's no way for me to separate, for you to separate yourself from the situation that is the room you're in. But as long as you look at the room from outside and you look at the objects and even the room itself, you see, now you've got a situation. Thanks for dropping in.